Oh my gosh, can you believe our van is in Paris right now? That's right, we successfully shipped it from the US to Europe. And in today's video, you're gonna watch this road trip from Antwerp, Belgium, where it was dropped off all the way to Portugal because we're craving something a little bit warmer right now. So stay tuned to watch two Americans drive a huge van in Europe for the first time. This should be interesting. As you guys know, earlier we picked up our van and then we met up with some online friends who were so refreshingly amazing. We had so much fun with Laura and Nicholas. So we're gonna actually hang out tomorrow again and then we're gonna show you more of them. But their hometown is in Ghent, Belgium. We're gonna walk around a little bit because today's a nice day and tomorrow it's going to be raining. And then after this, we'll head to our campsite. So let's go explore this city I've never heard of, but it looks amazing already.
Laura and Nicholas were kind of chuckling about us making a video here in Ghent because it is definitely a underrated city. It's somewhere Americans have never heard of before, and if you have, let us know down in the comments because we definitely haven't heard of Antwerp or Ghent before, but it's beautiful. I am so excited for the rest of our trip by just being here tonight.
But it is kind of funny because I think when you are from your hometown, like, you don't appreciate it as much. They do love it. They say it's beautiful and everything. But of course you don't appreciate it because you're from here. And I just want to take them to Cleveland, Ohio.
Look at this.
Yeah.
Look at everyone just hanging out, having picnics near the water, the cafe culture.
Kayakers.
It's amazing here. You know you're in a good place with this amount of bikes. Any city that's this bikeable is a city for me. Well, our life is a complete shit show. We had a great night in Ghent, but now we are unloading all of our stuff, trying to figure out how to fit all this stuff in the car. Anna, what are we thinking?
Questioning my whole life right now and like what I really need and what I don't need, but I love all my clothes.
Look at me with the bottom drawer, but that's all I need. I mean, look at the swimsuits ready for play in the sun. It's gonna be a European summer.
So what is everybody's summer?
Name that sitcom.
Ian, how was your first night in the van?
It was actually very good. We figured out a perfect sleeping situation. We're gonna be good with sleeping the rest of the trip. I'm gonna go outside and show you where we slept last night. We were gonna sleep at this campsite, but it's winter months. It's still April 5th, so I think it's spring, but it's not open yet. So this gentleman that owns it, he's probably 85 years old. He came out and he was very nice and let us sleep in his parking lot over here for free. Now it's time to head back to Ghent and go get some breakfast with Laura and Nicholas. They're gonna show us around, get us some Belgian waffles. Last night we forgot to tell you that I drank some really good Belgian beer. It was about 8% alcohol. Hopefully tonight we'll be heading towards France because that's on our way down to Portugal. To fill up this bad boy, it's about 120 euros, which is mind-blowing because in the US it was only $64 to fill up. Over here we use the 95, this is normal petrol. Now we have a gasoline car. If you have a diesel car coming to Europe, it's gonna be cheaper because diesel is cheaper here, but because we plan on bringing this back to the US, gasoline is cheaper there. So in the long term, I think we made the right choice. Can we get one Americano with a splash of oat milk and then some espresso?
100% coming up, sir.
How are you guys? We've been following Laura and Nicholas on Instagram before we even really started, so it's really cool that we get to meet them. They have amazing content. Here's their handle, and most importantly, they're amazing people. Now let's introduce you to them right now. Also, their place is so cute.
When did you guys move in here?
Last month.
And you guys are both from Belgium, right?
We're both from Ghent.
Some might call it the most underrated place in Europe.
I agree.
Some might be right.
All go to Ghent, don't go to Bruges.
I actually found this very interesting. How many languages do you guys speak?
So Laura and I, we both speak 3 languages.
We speak Flemish in Belgium. It's the same as Dutch in the Netherlands, just a different accent. And we also speak French and English.
Can one of you say a sentence in French? Let's go with Nicholas. Say you don't really like Ian and Anna.
Je déteste Ian et Anna.
I hate these, Nick. Give us something in Dutch.
In Dutch, what do you want to hear?
Say Ian and Anna's van life trip is gonna be a shit show.
I don't even know how to say shit show now in Dutch. Ian and Anna, I don't know, I can't.
It's okay, we'll cut it.
Wait, no.
You got this?
Ja, I got it. Oké. Ian en Anna, hun vantrip gaat echt een complete chaos zijn.
My biggest thing this year is that we're gonna try to make a lot of friends over in Europe. And guess what we did our first day? We met Laura and Nicholas. So now we have a second home in Belgium. So Laura, what is your favorite thing that you've brought back home on your travels?
This little vase from Marrakesh, from Morocco, that I found in the soups. I know it's like a stupid small thing, but I fell in
That's
love
so
with
cute.
it immediately. It's cute. And then the second thing I would say is this coffee table book that we got as a gift from one of the hotel groups that we work a lot with.
And where is this from?
South Africa.
Ooh.
The Royal Portfolio. And it's also where we had our very first safari, which was still one of my favorite and most emotional travels to date. So
Something that Anna and I are dreaming of one day is a safari.
Yeah, just come with us. We took them to a spot to have fries because everyone knows that's French fries, but they're actually coming from Belgium. The French stole our fries basically.
Wow.
So we took them to like a little local spot, not like a touristy fry spot. So.
And what's the thing you're gonna get us? What is it called?
So fries, obviously, and then bitterballen, which is some kind of balls filled with meat, and then a frikandel, which is also like pure meat. You'll see.
I'm so
it's
excited.
delicious.
It's a meat sausage.
So unhealthy, so delicious.
Oh.
Kipcorn, bitterballen, frikandel.
Laura and Nicholas said this is the ultimate junk food because these little stands open late. Delicious. The yopi sauce, right? Is that am I saying that right?
Yeah, yopi sauce.
Yopi sauce for the win. Anna, how much was this?
It was €14 and they paid for us.
I feel so bad. We're Venmoing them. But look at this. It does look really good.
Oh, just this alone. I just want the strawberry. Wow.
Best part of this whole thing is the Nutella. Inflation prices, because €14 is a lot. But they said it used to be like €5 20 years ago.
Now we're gonna be heading to the grocery store and going to pick up some ingredients to cook and hang out, have a couple beers back at their place.
How can I blame you?
Best way to end our time in Belgium is with a little bit of beer tasting. Belgium is famous for beers. First one is Stella Artois. That's one you will probably all know if you're from the US or around the world. But Laura and Nicholas made sure to pick out so many different types of beers, and we're just hanging out at their place, having a dinner before we head on the road south. I know we've said that a couple times already, but I think tomorrow is the time where we start heading towards Portugal.
No, we're really enjoying it. We're having nasi goreng. What I thought was really interesting is at the supermarket they had Indonesian ingredients, which just like is not something I'm used to.
Laura's over here setting up the table.
Yay!
Look at this.
Fancy pantsy.
Live a little, won't you? Love a little, won't you? Love, won't you? Love, won't you?
Now, a lot of people thought driving all the way from Belgium down to Portugal, which is like a 20-hour drive, was a stupid idea, but I will say just driving through France, driving through Belgium, and all these countries, you get to do things like this. We just stopped at the Eiffel Tower. Anna and I have been here one time before and absolutely loved it. We have a whole video on it right up here, but for right now, we're gonna enjoy sunset. Look at this. I didn't think we were gonna get parking this easily.
If you haven't watched our Paris vlog, you're gonna see two really cool things. One of them is going up the Eiffel Tower. Loved that. I thought it was gonna be kind of lame, but it was not. It was epic. My other highly recommended thing that you need to watch in that video is having a picnic right in front of the Eiffel Tower. Paris is such a vibe. If I could do that trip all over again, I totally would. It's so much fun. It's sparkling! I love when it's sparkling.
We love you, Paris.
Oh, you'll always, I can't. It has to be #1.
Oh my gosh, I don't know. Maybe. It has all the vibes.
Love, won't you? Love, won't you? Love.
We are officially waking up at our first ever campsite here in France. It's about an hour drive from Paris. We're doing my favorite thing to do every morning is make coffee. I am so excited to have my Snape cup back. More coffee.
Always.
It's only about 25 USD a night. It's not bad at all. We got electricity here, we have water, showers, everything you can imagine. There's even jungle gyms for kids, and you're right on the Seine River. So we've been doing morning walks. We're trying to stay on routine. I'm trying to work out, Anna's trying to work out, because that's one thing you do lose while traveling full time. You lose out on your routine, and that's what we're trying to step up and do better at this trip. We finally found out one thing that happened to the van while shipping was that everything in that roof got soaked. So we put coats up there, all sorts of things, and everything got completely soaked. We did buy a waterproof case, but I guess it did not hold up. So we're gonna have to figure something out.
We were gonna go to Paris today, but we decided not to because, you know, we were here like a year ago, but I'm especially happy we didn't go to Paris today because this is an all-day project and we need to take care of it ASAP. Everything's molding.
The cool thing about this campsite is that there's so many different ways to camp. You could do tent camping, you can do car camping, or they have little mini cabins, all different price points, but I'll make sure to link this down in the description below because it is so close to Paris. So if you're interested in visiting Paris when you're van lifing or camping around Europe, then this is definitely the spot to do it. We picked it because it's so easy to do laundry, shower, and everything, and of course, organize the van. We're not only gonna be doing pay-for campsites, we're gonna be doing a lot of free campsites too. Something else you have to do in van life is get rid of your gray water tank. Most campsites should have a place where you could pour this into, kind of like a drain. So we're gonna go do that right now. Also, something fun that I did earlier was release all the piss from our piss tank. So that's somewhere else. They have a drop zone for pee. It's not that fun. This is the harsh life of van life. Now it's time to fill up our 30-gallon water tank. And it's nice that they just have this hose over here for us.
Ian said, we have to bring this thing for the van. It's so cute. Next thing you know, I'm on the phone. Boom! Crash. Splam.
I mean, it was such good coffee too from Belgium. I am so pissed. Look at it.
I put it up there to secure it and didn't tell Ian, and he opened it.
This sucks. Have to clean up the coffee fiasco and taking some showers. We're about to hit the hay, but before we do, I wanted to show you how well Starlink has been working for us. First, I'm gonna show you a speed test and I'm gonna talk a little bit about it. Let's see, how many megabits per second? Right now, oh my gosh, 120 megabits per second download speed. Upload is looking like 23 megabits per second. Just for comparison, the hotel we were at in Belgium was 4 megabits per second download speeds. That is mind-blowing. We're able to FaceTime, upload YouTube videos, do anything we want in the middle of nowhere. That's something we couldn't do before in van life. We had to drive 30 minutes or an hour to a hotel or Walmart, Panera, Starbucks. This is the biggest pain point in van life that has finally been fixed by Starlink. We're gonna go to bed because tomorrow we're driving to the Pyrenees Mountains, the mountain range right in between Spain and France. So maybe some hiking tomorrow.
Stopping today at the Pyrenees National Park in southern France. And honestly, it's taking us so long because we keep stopping and we're stopping for views like this.
It's amazing, all the sheep. Gas stations in Europe just hit differently, especially there's a laundry right over there, 24 hours. I am so happy we actually did this. I cannot believe we're over here. It's our van in Europe. And if you're wondering how much it was to ship our van over here or the whole process involved, you can click this video right up here. Now let's get back to working out and we have dinner soon. Thank you, Anna, for cooking. I don't think we knew how unique it was to bring a van over to Europe. The amount of stairs we get on highways, pulling into gas stations, people pull out their phones and take pictures of our North Carolina license plate, which is so funny to us, but I kind of understand. This morning we just had a lazy one, watched Ted Lasso, had our cup of coffee in bed, and now Anna's cooking. We're making some eggs and toast. While we're filling up our water tank from the hose here, I kind of want to show you guys what it's like at a $25 campsite here in southern France. Most all paid for campsites will have hoses for you to fill up water, also places to dump your gray water tank. One of the coolest aspects of this campsite is that they have a pool, but of course it's closed right now because it's too early in the season. They have two different sections. You got toilets and then you got showers. Usually I would never film bathroom areas or shower areas, but because no one is at this campsite, I'm able to show you what it's like. The worst part about showers here at campsites is that you have to keep pressing this in. So when you press it, it will run for about 15 seconds and then it will stop. So you gotta keep pressing it continuously, but it gets really, really warm here. Another cool aspect of campsites, paid for campsites, is laundry on site. So you could do laundry, dryer, and washer. They have massive amounts of plates to cook food, prepare food. Campsites have been amazing in France. I'm interested to see what they're like in Portugal though. Anna, how'd it go? What happened?
It went well, but at the end, instead of turning the hose off, I turned it on high. So I just had a little cleanup, you know, incident here, but we're good now.
I'm not gonna miss France's tolls, that's for sure.
That's beautiful. Here we go.
We finally made it to Portugal, but unfortunately, like last minute, we kind of found out that we could have taken a ferry from somewhere in the UK to at least Spain. So I'm getting like some mixed messages on Instagram about it. Some people are saying we could have gotten a ferry to Portugal, but I know Spain has one for sure. We would have saved a ton of money on gas and tolls.
It was a lot of money. I mean, we spent about $1,100 on gas alone just to get from Belgium all the way down to Portugal. And then the tolls in France were a bit, you know what I'm gonna say, but it was the worst. It was about $130 that we had to spend just to drive through on a highway.
You know what I always say, we make mistakes so you don't have to.
Yes.
And if you end up shipping your whatever to Belgium, know that you don't have to drive all the way down to Portugal if you're in the same situation as us where you wanted to find some sun. Luckily, we did find the sun, and we're gonna go on a hike tomorrow. We're at the Holy National Park in Portugal. So we're gonna do a little day video tomorrow, and that will be our next video. You can watch that and see what we do here, but usually people take a day trip from Porto, but since we were on our way down, we were stopping here first, and then Porto is the day after that.
We will see you in the next one.
Here we go.